Welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf.
And today we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to cover all the TGS stuff we missed. Yakuza Remaster, King of Fighters 14, PS4 exclusive, 13 Sentinels, Dark Souls 3, release date, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Pokemon Go, Toukiden, getting a new trailer, Mighty Number 9's, well, delay. Not really more TGS stuff, but this is just, and then Star Fox, being delayed. Need for Speed reboot, getting no microtransactions or paid DLC, and then finally, just Taken King. I wanted to talk about it. But anyway, I'm going to switch things up. What did you play this week, Fawaz?
Oh, wow. That caught me off guard a little bit. So here, I don't like doubling up. You know, I don't like saying the same game 2 weeks in a row. But I'd be lying if I said I played anything other than Bloodborne. You've been getting my messages, right?
I've been getting some of them. I've noticed that you have been playing Bloodborne. I haven't gotten...
Yeah, on PSN, because like every time I kill a boss, I take a picture and I send it to you. And,
it's like your little, yes, I did it. I saw you beat Gascoigne.
Yeah, he was actually a lot, because like people have been hyping it up, talking about how, you better be prepared for this next boss, because he's going to, he's going to whoop your ass. And then I played against him, and he wasn't too bad. Apparently, I did it wrong, because I got the little music box from that girl.
Yeah.
So, I kept playing it, like, in his first phase, I just kept playing the music box, right?
Right.
And apparently, if you play the music box a lot, it makes him turn to his last phase very quickly, because he switches to his last phase when he has about 10% health left, right?
Right.
Nah, he was at 60% when he went into that phase, and that shit was hard. But I had to learn how to parry. Like that fight made me a master at parrying, because that was the only way I could damage him when he was in because he never went into hit stun ever.
Yeah.
He'd hit him and then he'd hit you with like a 4-hit combo and stuff. So I would just dodge, shoot him, parry, dodge, shoot him, and that was how I killed him. So that was fun. Then I found I've gone a little bit further from there. I found the Blood-Starved Beast.
Oh God, yeah.
That is a difficult boss. Oh my God.
Dear God, that took me a while to beat. That was my first roadblock. Like, Gascoigne was not that hard, like, in comparison to... Yeah. And, Cleric Beast was pretty alright, but it's first boss, right? What are you gonna do? But when you get to Blood-Starved Beast, you're just like, shit.
Yeah, what's really sad is that I almost... Like, I did because it's also really easy to parry. There's that move where he spreads his fingers on his left hand before he flashes you.
Right.
You just shoot him there and you get the parry on him like all the time.
Right,
but like honestly, I could have, if I kept trying, I could have beaten him. But the issue I had with the Blood-Starved Beast was that because with Gascoigne, if I die, I just reload my game, run to him, and keep fighting. Right.
Right.
With the Blood-Starved Beast, eventually I ran out of antidotes. So
yeah.
I was like, well, now I'm gonna have to go to get some antidotes before I go back to fighting. And I was like, screw this shit. So then I found this other, the last place I was at before I stopped playing was I got to Vicar Amelia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played her a little bit. She whooped my ass, but we'll see. I'm still learning her patterns and stuff. But I think when I go back, I'll tackle the Blood-Starved Beast again, because I think I've got it. Like I was really close to killing it. I made it to its final phase where it was just spewing poison. And the mistake I made was I forgot. I always forget about my items. So I forgot about my Molotov cocktails. Because I could have just killed... I have like 15 cocktails. Seriously. I could have just killed it with cocktails at that point.
Right.
But, I'm still fighting some of my old... my Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden tendencies. So I just focused on killing it without using items and stuff like that, which is just not a good idea.
Yeah, because this is the kind of game where it's like if you can use items to your benefit, use them for sure.
Yeah, but you're gonna be getting a message from me when I kill that piece of shit. Oh my God, that thing is hard.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun with Bloodborne. I'm glad to hear. You're making me so proud. Well, for me, I basically, big surprise, I played more Metal Gear. And I know it's like I'm sorry, but that's pretty much it. And I've been any time I have free time, I've been playing Metal Gear. I will admit, Kojima, you are a crazy bastard because this is a little bit of a spoiler, not too much though. But I get to a part in the game where I'm like, all right, I've defeated the big bad. I've done this epic level. And then it cuts to black, and it's a big, long credit scene, right? And I'm like, okay, so about 30 missions. All right, that was a pretty long, single player, and then the multiplayer is coming out soon. I'm excited. This game seems pretty good. I can understand, because some people were talking about how there's cut content, and I was like, yeah, it feels like the game just sort of ended. And then the credits end, and then it just goes, next time on Metal Gear. And I'm like, wait, what? And then it just shows a preview of all the stuff that's going to happen in the next part of the game. And then it just cuts to Chapter 2. And I'm just like, are you telling me the last, 40 hours of gameplay was Chapter 1?
Wow.
Oh, my God. It's just mind-boggling. It just completely threw me through a loop. Anyway, having fun with that. Played Hearthstone. Got my ass kicked a bunch of times. Trying to get better legendaries than freaking pirate cards.
Pirate cards?
Well,
What?
I bought a bunch of packs for Hearthstone, and the only legendary I got was this pirate riding a parrot.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm not very happy that's the only legendary I got.
He's pretty bad.
And I have to admit, I forget his name. You know the card that it's like a 5-drop and it decreases the cost of your cards by 1 each turn?
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Emperor Thor's.
Yeah, the Emperor guy and Dr. Boom, I'm really getting tired of seeing. I'm really getting tired. I'm just like, every time I see them, I just go, ugh. Because it doesn't matter what deck you're playing. It's just like you throw them in whatever deck you want, and it's still a good card.
Yeah, those two are two of the most popular cards in the entire game. Because Dr. Boom, Dr. Boom, what makes him so good is the fact that I do one action to play Dr. Boom, and you have to do multiple actions to get rid of him.
Yeah.
There's it's not like Tyrion, some other legendaries like Ragnaros and Tyrion. I play them, and you just play like a BGH, or you just play a Hex, or you just play something, and that's it. That's the end of the problem. But with Dr. Boom, you play a BGH, you kill Dr. Boom, but then you still got to deal with the Boom bots, and it's just, he's a problem.
He's a problem. Don't like him. Ugh. But anyway, let's move on to some TGS. Obviously, TGS happened last week, but we didn't cover all of it, so this is sort of like a roundup.
Yeah.
So first, Yakuza 1 getting a remaster. And a pretty damn good-looking remaster, to say the least. I was really surprised by this because I guess a lot of the fans of Yakuza have been really shouting for new content and stuff to get localized and whatnot. So it's really interesting to see that Yakuza is becoming really popular all of a sudden. Well, not like amazingly popular, but popular enough that they're doing remasters and they're making new sequels and whatnot.
Yeah, this is true. Like, personally, I don't really care about Yakuza because it's another open world crime game. I don't really. The only Yakuza game that I care about is one of the only ones that never got localized. It's the one that's set in feudal Japan.
Oh yeah.
I think Yakuza Ishin or something like
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so give me that, and I'll be excited.
Well, yeah, I can see that, because people compare it to GTA, and it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, because the areas are more, smaller, but they're more compact with stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess I like the fact that it takes itself serious. It's sort of like another Metal Gear thing. Like, it takes itself really seriously, but then there's a lot of really goofy shit in the background. And I don't know, there's something I really like about that a game trying to be super serious, but you have a guy doing kick flips and air dashes in the air and shit like that. It's just I love it. I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited, and I hope Yakuza fans are just as excited as I am. So there we go. But let's talk about something that's not as exciting. So, King of Fighters 14. PS4 exclusive. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm gonna flat out say I don't know. I know very little about King of Fighters, but dear God, could I easily tell that looked like shit. It looked really bad. What are your thoughts, Boaz?
Yeah. So when it was announced, I was like, oh shit, KOF 14 as a PS4 exclusive. That's a pretty big coup for Sony. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, wow, this looks like crap. So the running gag with most KOF fans is that every other KOF is shit. So KOF 12, it didn't have a what's this thing called? KOF 12 was the reception to KOF 12 was lukewarm, to say the least. It had a lot of issues at launch, and it wasn't very popular. So then KOF 13 came out, and it was it was critically acclaimed. It did really well and all that stuff. So so I guess they were due for another bad one. So KOF 14, I don't understand how anyone can look at that game and be like, this is ready to be shown to people. It looks so bad. It looks so bad.
It looks like PS2 models.
Honestly,
that's what it looks like.
Like there's like a complete lack of detail in the textures. It looks really, really bad. So yeah, they made a very, very bad first impression, and
I think another problem is also that when you think about like these other games, like the switch from 2D to 3D, like Guilty Gear just freaking nailed it.
Yeah.
Like just nailed it out of the park, and Street Fighter V looks really, really good. So you're gonna be compared to that no matter what you do. So the fact that they went, yeah, that's fine. This is fine. It's just it's baffling to me. Like honestly, it would have been better if they just hadn't shown any footage. If they just showed it like a title, it would have been less damaging. Like seriously.
So many people have said that. They were like, it should have just been like KOF 14 coming soon, and then there'll have been some hype, right? But for this, the hype lasted for about a minute, and then everyone watched the trailer and they were like, no thanks, none for me, thanks.
No thanks.
But,
ooh, Killer Instinct, that looks good.
That's actually a very good point that you made about Guilty Gear. This game, KOF 14, made me appreciate Guilty Gear Xrd so much more because I'm like, wow, Guilty Gear could have looked so much worse. And I mean, like for me, I always talk about how, I'm not a graphics person, but like there's a difference between bad graphics and a bad art style. And the art style on that game is awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. I wouldn't, like if Guilty Gear Xrd looked like that, I probably wouldn't be playing it.
Yeah. Like it's just a shame because it could have been another exclusive fighter. Like imagine if this looked really good, then PS4 would have had King of Fighters and it would have had Street Fighter, both as exclusives, and that would have been like, man, that would have made a big difference. But now it's like the fact that this is exclusive doesn't really matter at all. Like I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe they'll release a different trailer later on, and maybe it'll look better, or maybe I doubt it. There's been some people that said that this is actually old footage, and apparently the new footage wasn't shown. I don't know, but anyway, they just shouldn't have shown this. This is just
always the optimist. Yeah.
I'm an optimist until I see the finished product. And then once I see the finished product, then I can start talking about how much they fucked up. So, there we go. I mean, we live in that kind of age where it's like, we don't know what the final product is going to look like.
This is true. This could be the anti-aliens
Alien
Colonial Marines. This could be the opposite, where it looks like crap, but then it launches and it's like, wow, this actually looks insane.
Yeah. See, you got to keep your hopes up. You got to be positive. Positive vibes. But speaking of other things that are positive, 13 Sentinels, which is the new game from Vanillaware, which we talked about. It was like the cyber Vanillaware game that they kind of teased all those months ago.
Yeah, they teased it in like June or July. What's this thing called? I held off on talking about this last week because I was really hoping that we'd see some gameplay, so I'd have more to go on. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait a little longer to see gameplay. The game graphically, the game looks really good. It's got a very very bland, like there's not a lot of color in it, but it's the art. I mean, the art it's vanillaware. That's just
like
what you expect.
it's muted colors. Like
How's it
there
working?
are colors there, but they're muted, and it seems like it's going for a specific type of atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a mech. It's gonna be a mech game, a mech-based game. We get a very brief glimpse of a mech in the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's gonna be a mech-based game, and that's really all we know at the moment. Apparently, some kind of cataclysm has befallen this little society,
Mm-hmm.
this little community, and
Yeah,
yeah,
like I mean, like I'm excited to because it looks good. I like the art style. I think it's gonna be really really good. I'd like to see more gameplay. Like I agree with you. It kind of sucks that we didn't get really much gameplay, just to see how it plays. But overall, I think it's just a gorgeous looking game so far. So excited.
yeah.
So next on our list, Dark Souls 3. We got the official release dates. We got March 24th in Japan, and then April for us.
Yeah.
And damn, am I excited because this is going to be a really good Dark Souls because Miyazaki's actually on it. Because Dark Souls 2 suffered a lot from him not being like, head of the project. Because you can tell the difference. Like he worked on Bloodborne and he worked on Dark Souls 1.
Okay.
He didn't work on Dark Souls 2. And it's kind of like that's why I'm so excited for 3 because now we're gonna get a lot more smoother, more intricate level design that's clear in Dark Souls 1 and in Bloodborne. You're gonna get a lot more interesting mechanics, probably better characters. Because the thing about I've noticed is that like in Dark Souls 2 there was a shit ton of characters in that game. Like there was actually a lot, but not as many of them were interesting. And I found that in Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne there's a smaller cast of characters, but they're more interesting.
Okay.
So it's kind of like would you rather have? Would you rather have more characters to choose from or less characters to choose from? It's like
So yeah, quality
over
quantity.
quantity. So I mean, like I'm excited for this game for sure, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Can't wait. But it's interesting to see all these games I'm super excited for are ending up in 2016, and I kind of wanted them to be a lot sooner. Because we're gonna be talking about that later on. But man, is 2015 losing its power.
Yeah, a lot of delays, But you know what? I'd rather have delays than another 2014 with just a bunch of broken games.
Year of the broken.
The year of the...
Yeah. So I don't know. Get excited for Dark Souls 3. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah. And then this is more for me. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. It's the third collection. The other ones, there were two other ones. I think the other one had like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and I think 352 days. I know. Because I have to admit, I love Kingdom Hearts, but some of the titles for their games are fucking stupid.
Some?
Okay, some of them aren't bad. Birth by Sleep is kind of cool. Like, I think it's cool, but 352 days divided by 2 is just the most ridiculous title I've ever seen. And trust me, there's a good one in this one. But anyway, back to 2.8. This comes with Dream Drop Distance, which was the 3DS game, which was Kingdom Hearts. It comes with... This is a really bizarre part. Basically, there's a bunch of cell phone games in Japan for Kingdom Hearts, right?
Okay.
But most of them are just cinematics. Like cinematics that are a little bit relevant to the story, but not really.
Yeah.
So what they did is that, all right, you're gonna get all the cell phone game cinematics in this collection, all kind of rezzed up. Okay. And then finally, the more interesting part about this collection is it comes with a game called Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep: A Fragmentary Passage. And I know it's a ridiculous title, but it's kind of cool in the sense that this is sort of like the ground zeros of Kingdom Hearts. In the sense that this is sort of like the prequel game to, the prequel demo game to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay.
And it will tie into the plot of Kingdom Hearts 3, and it will allow people to play with the engine.
Okay.
And yeah, so this is actually, and that's why this game specifically is coming out for the PS4. The other collections were for the PS3. This one is for the PS4 specifically.
Okay.
So I think this is kind of cool. Like, I thought this was a really good way to kind of re-release the games on like a similar system, because the fact that Kingdom Hearts has jumped from PS2 to PSP to DS to 3DS to cell phone to PS4, it makes it almost impossible to follow. An already impossible to follow storyline and game. It's like, I like that they're trying to do this. I like that they're trying to get the hype building up for 3. So, anyway, I'm excited. I might pick this up just for that last one. But I don't know. I like what they're doing with this so far. But yeah, you gotta work on names. You gotta work on getting those names less complicated, man. But now a really, really interesting announcement. Pokemon Go. Announced for Android and iPhone. So what do you think of this, Fawaz?
Well, as always, I'd like to see some gameplay before I get into it. But the impression I've gotten, apparently, is it's a really nice idea. Mm-hmm. It's a free to play game that uses like virtual reality, so you can go to actual areas in the real world with your phone.
Yeah.
And find Pokemon there, and then you can battle them and you can capture them. And every now and then there'll be like community events that everyone can take part in, and it's a really nice idea. Mm-hmm. And unlike Sony, Nintendo actually have a reputation for following up on good ideas. So
fair enough.
So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go. Ha! See what I did there?
Hey. And the award goes to Fawaz.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with this, but it's definitely a very interesting idea out the gates, and it's how do you feel about it? Because you're the bigger Pokemon fan.
Well, I love Pokemon. It's a classic game, lots of nostalgia. I have a feeling that it's gonna be an interesting app. I'm just curious how fun it's gonna actually be. Because if it's like, if it's going to be like, all right, it's just you walking around with your iPhone looking for 3D models that are like green screened onto your phone or something like that or whatever, like then it's going to be kind of lame. And I swear to God, if there's actually motion controls in this, you're going to look like such a freaking dork. It's just going to be you're walking around in like a park, and then it's just you flailing your iPhone like, damn it, I can't freaking catch this Bulbasaur. What the fuck? And it's just people are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Oh my God.
Like, that's what I'm imagining, and I'm just like, oh my God. That's why, in some weird way, I want this to become amazingly popular, because I want to see that. I want to walk outside and see like 3 people in like random spots just flailing their iPhones around. Act like
funny.
Nothing.
This game's gonna get a lot of people mugged. Seriously.
Oh,
you're just walking down the street and it's like, oh, Pokemon down in that dark corner.
Yeah.
You're in a battle with this.
I would hope that Nintendo is smart enough to program it in a way that it's like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't support kids going downtown to catch a Mewtwo in like the most shadiest place in town. Maybe we shouldn't do that. We should think about maybe just open parks. But even that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like, there's a lot of positives to this. Like it's gonna be interesting to see. It supports people to go outside and walk around, so you get exercise. Cool. But it also supports a lot of probably liability stuff. That I'm really curious. Like, what if somebody freaking like just runs out of his house to go catch Mewtwo and they freaking like fall off a cliff? Like, just like imagine if that was to happen. Like, it's just I don't know. I think it's an interesting idea. I'm just really interested to see if it's going to cause chaos or if it's just gonna kind of like be you know what I mean?
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing how, because in the trailer, you know how things go in all these trailers. Everything's hunky dory.
Yeah, everything's sort of
Everything works out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out in real life.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because yeah, clearly the trailer was doing a little bit of not showing a whole lot of how the game actually looks on your iPhone, but more the concept.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it actually comes to fruition. But I don't know. I'll keep my eye on it for sure, for sure. But next on our list, Toukiden 2 gets a new trailer. So
Yeah.
I'll let you take this away because I don't really know that much about Toukiden.
Yeah, it's funny that you don't know much about Toukiden, because the game that Toukiden is compared to the most is Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, and
Yeah, it's like it's Sony's. It's pretty much so, because Monster Hunter has pretty much become a Wii and Nintendo exclusive at this point. So this is like Sony's Monster Hunter. I mean, obviously there's some like core differences here and there, but overall, the game is at its core a Monster Hunter type game.
yeah.
I played the demo a little while back. Truth be told, I didn't really enjoy it, but it's a JRPG, and JRPGs don't make for very good demos, because these
Yeah.
things take hours to get into. But overall, they didn't show any gameplay, but it's coming out for the PlayStation ecosystem, which is kind of disappointing, to be honest, because I was hoping this would just be like, I was hoping they'd focus just on PS4 or maybe PS4 and Vita, but like the PS3, I guess the install base is still there, so they don't want to just desert that install base.
Yeah.
But like the game has a really cool art style. It's set in It's set in like old school Japan. I think I'm probably completely wrong on that one, but let's go with that for now.
Yeah, for now.
It's set in old school Japan, and there's one element to the game that I didn't fully understand. It's something about spirits. You can get different spirits, and you can let them like join you, and then the spirits give you different abilities, and you can level up the spirits and stuff like that. So that's in addition to like your weapon and all that stuff. But overall, the combat was a little slow for me at the time, and I was playing it solo, and apparently this is a very community type game. So I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on this, because like on my Vita, on my PS3, which is where I was playing Kiwami, I didn't have a lot of friends, but QQ. But but with the PS4 version coming out, the PS4 is more of a social machine, so I'm keeping my eye on it at the very least. I've never gotten the chance to get into a Monster Hunter game, so maybe this will be it for me. The game is critically acclaimed, so. I'm obviously missing something.
Well, like, I don't know. I've definitely been interested. It's just, for me, like, the haunting genre can be really, really grindy, like, for sure. But I feel as if the reason why I keep playing Monster Hunter is because it's mostly the nostalgia. For me, it's kind of like how people have nostalgia for Pokemon. I have weird nostalgia for Monster Hunter. That's why I keep coming back. And the game is obviously improved so much from the first one that it's really easy to get into, like, it's really easy for new people to get into 4, because the game is just crafted a lot better than most other Monster Hunter games. So I mean, like, yeah, I'd probably give this a look. I'll probably give this a look for sure. I'm keeping my eye on it because it's like I want to get into other hunting games, but it's like I'm always going to have Monster Hunter in the back of my mind no matter what it is. You know what I mean? But anyway, I guess keep an eye on it for sure. So now we have to talk about the kind of sucky stuff. All right, so Mighty Number 9, like you're doing it wrong. You're doing it so wrong, and you need help. You need help. We're here to help you, but Okay, so basically, for those who didn't know, Mighty Number 9 got delayed to 2016. So it got delayed to 2016. This happened probably a couple months ago or whatever. So as an apology for the delay of the game, they were going to release a trial or demo for the fans so that people could finally get their hands on it and play it, so that you didn't have to go over to PAX or E3 or whatever to try and get your hands on this game that obviously a lot of people have put money towards.
Yeah.
And the demo was supposed to come out on September 15th. Well, the demo got delayed. because of reasons. And they haven't even officially stated when the demo's going to come out now. So what do you think of this complete train wreck, Floss?
Yo, the funniest part, and this is what pisses people off, right? It's not the delays. It's okay. So this is how they announced the delay. They released this really, really big blog post on the community website asking for people to do some community shit. I can't even remember what it was. Like, it's a really long post,
right?
And then at the very bottom, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, that demo that you guys all want, yeah, it's not coming out because of reasons. Yeah, take care, and hey, keep doing that community stuff that we told you to do. Though, like, it was so, like, because how I found the post was there was an article saying that Mighty Number 9 demo has been delayed. So I click on it, and then I get to that page, and I'm just reading stuff that has nothing to do with the demo, and I'm like, Did I get rickrolled here? This isn't. I keep reading, and then I get to the bottom, and I'm like, wow, you asshole. And this is what pisses people off, right? Mm-hmm. It's always being so shit. Just come out, just be upfront about it. Be like, guys, we're sorry. I mean, obviously, people were still going to be pissed off, like, because the demo was supposed to be an apology for the delay, and then that's people are going to be pissed off no matter what you did. But then the fact they're not trying to do it in such a shady way, that just makes people even, because I mean, like, Kickstarter is about trust, and this dude has lost this company has lost all the trust. This game better be the bee's knees, because if this game comes out and it sucks, that's it. I think Comset just need to pack their shit up.
Well, it's so infuriating for a couple of reasons. One, I feel like this is another problem and why I personally feel annoyed, because it's like, okay, I understand that Persona 5 getting delayed to 2016. Okay, that's understandable, because that's a huge title. That's a huge, giant freaking game. So I can understand that's going to be delayed to 2016. But the fact that this game, My Number 9, is getting all these delays, it's kind of like, this is not going to be that giant of a game. It's not going to be like a 60-hour game or anything, so what the hell is taking them so long, and why is the game getting delayed? And the fact that they're being so secret on what is actually going on is just, like, ruining everyone's trust. Because, like, so many people got hyped for this game, and so many people spread the word, and so many people got, put so much of their own money towards this game that they were just absolutely sure was not going to have any problems and just be, flawless and come out in 2015. And the fact that all of these problems have been constantly happening for this game is just ruining their trust. And obviously, the Red Ash thing happening alongside this is just, it's not doing any favors for either game.
Yeah.
So.
And then there was the Mighty Number 9 TV series that he was trying to launch. And it was like, you know what, like, because when he was doing all this stuff, people raised their eyebrows, but no one got too mad. But then now that all the delays have started happening, everybody's like, okay, maybe you should have been focusing on finishing this game off instead of trying to get Red Ash started, instead of trying to get a Mighty Number 9 TV series going. Like, why don't you focus on delivering on the promise that you made in 2013?
Yeah,
like, dude.
Much.
Come on.
Like I said this in one of our other podcasts, I really think part of the problem is that he just jumped on too many projects.
Probably.
Like, I think it's like you got the TV show, you got My Number 9, you got Red Ash, and then I guess he's working somewhat on Record, right?
Yeah, he's working on Record.
And that's like 4 different things all at once. So he's clearly jumping from place to place trying to work on these things, and that's why we're getting everything's getting delayed, because he's not putting all of his effort into one project. So clearly that's part of the problem. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm baffled as to, I understand maybe why, is that once his name was getting, tossed around and he was becoming very popular on Kickstarter, and a lot of people started, like, saying his name more often, he probably realized that he had the limelight, you know what I mean? So he wanted to utilize it as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So I think that might have been one reason why he did the things that he did, but it's still like, come on guys, we need to get this game done. It needs to be done. It should have been done this year, for God's sakes.
It was supposed to come out in April, then it got delayed till September, now it's gotten delayed till 2016, and it's just a train wreck at this point. It's like, this game has to be not good, this game has to be amazing after all of this drama.
And you know what the sad thing is? even if this game comes out, I don't think it's going to be as good as the amount of shenanigans that have been happening. Like, no matter, I think it's going to be a really solid game that is a lot of fun, but I do not think it's going to make up for all the shenanigans that have happened in this development cycle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But speaking of more delays, Star Fox also got delayed. That doesn't really surprise me as much.
Really?
Well, kind of. Like, I guess it's just because Zelda got delayed 2016 as well, so it kind of made me think, well, if they announced this game if they announced this game at the Nintendo digital event kind of thing, I have a feeling that it's going to be a while before we officially see this game. I don't know. What did you think about the delay then?
I was really surprised because this was their big Christmas game, you know? I mean, the Wii U isn't the PlayStation 4. They can't afford to be resting on their laurels because they don't have any. So, you know, like the way Microsoft is coming at this Christmas holiday, you know, hard, man. They're coming with Halo 5, they're coming with the new Tomb Raider, they're coming with Forza, all these, you know, they're coming hard this holiday season. I thought Nintendo were going to do the same thing because they realized that, you know, this is your chance because Sony has nothing this year, so this is their chance to, you know, start eating into that lead. But then Zelda got delayed, and now this has gotten delayed. So all they've got is Xenogears, Xenoblade, Xeno something.
It's Xenoblade.
Xenoblade, thank you. It's they've got that coming out in December, but I think that's all they have launching this holiday.
Yeah, not really a whole lot, to be honest. And it's kind of funny. I was thinking about this, and honestly, when these two games come out, it's going to be another scenario. Like when Skyward Sword came out, it was kind of hilarious because Skyward Sword came out, and it was like the one Wii game that really utilized the Wii controller to its fullest, but it was at the end of the Wii's life cycle. So it's kind of like, wow, took you long enough, I guess. And now I'm just thinking like, wow, by the time these actually pretty good games come out, the Wii U is going to be at its deathbed, and because Nintendo is working on another console, like, as you know, as we can tell. Like, they've been very secretive about it, but they are working on another console. So I have a feeling by the time these games actually come out, it's gonna be like, it's just insanity. I mean, for some good things about this is that, one, it's gonna make 2016 a godlike year, because shit, everything's being delayed to 2016.
Yeah.
So that will be really, really interesting. But the fact that there's so many of these delays also means that we're getting less and less as 2015 kind of wraps up. Because we've got you know, October, September. Wait, what? No. We've got October, November, and December.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Yes. I'm glad I got through that. So it's kind of like, I mean, we have Fallout. We got Fallout 4. Divinity Enhanced Edition, I'm actually pretty excited for.
Hey, I feel so good.
Like, I know, it's interesting, because honestly, the more and more I look up about that game, the more and more it's like, man, that looks like a really good, like, D&D game that I can actually co-op. I don't know, it's funny because, like, my friend has told me, man, did they fuck split-screen co-op so hard in this generation? Like, just super, super hard. Like, it's a rarity to find a split-screen co-op game these days. So I think he'll be excited for that if I mention it to him. But yeah, no, it sucks. All these delays are kind of... But next, more positive news, and kind of surprised me. Need for Speed Reboot will have no microtransactions or paid DLC, and plans for free DLC. Huh. That's interesting.
Yes. That is very interesting, and definitely not what you expect from Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dumbfounding, because you're just like, EA, are you okay? Do we need to call someone or?
Yeah, because I've been keeping my eye on this game. I was one people that was defending the fact that it has to always be online. But yeah, I've been keeping my eye on this game. I've liked what I've seen so far, and then this is just increasing the odds of me picking this up when it launches in November, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it's just because there's DRM stuff that maybe they're making some money off. I don't know, but it's odd that no microtransactions or paid DLC. Okay, maybe no microtransactions kind of makes sense, but no paid DLC at all.
I, just to play devil's advocate, there was one article where the phrasing was something along the lines of "We currently have no plans for paid DLC
Okay,
post launch."
yeah.
So
So maybe.
the possibility does exist for that to change with time. But yeah, I'm surprised. I am so shocked, and so is everyone. Like the comment section on this shit is hilarious. People are either in denial, they're like that, nah, this is a trick, they're gonna find a way, or people are like, yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, like I just said, it's like we can call someone, we can get you someone to look at you because something's not right here.
Something is not right. EA is giving stuff away for free. What the hell is going on?
Well, they have done it kind of before. Like, Mass Effect 3's DLC multiplayer was all free.
Okay. Yeah,
that like they haven't. I'm not saying that they've done it a lot. I'm just saying they've done it sometimes, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, Dragon Age's DLC was also free.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's only BioWare games were listed leads me to believe that was more BioWare than EA.
Yeah.
But hey, it's free right now. So, I mean, this game they're planning on making it free. So you know what? I give them credit for it, and looking forward to seeing how they screw this up.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Is this the beginning of turning a new leaf, or is it just is it just another shady bait and switch? So we'll see. We'll see when the game comes out. And now I want to talk about something that also really surprised me. Taken King and the Legendary Edition of Destiny. Now, I've had mixed feelings about Destiny because I like space wizards. Like, there's nothing against space wizards. But I knew the game was kind of mediocre and kind of when the game launched. So it baffled me to see all the changes that Taken King and all the patches that this game made and the Legendary Edition coming out that actually makes this game actually great. Like, it's actually shocking. It's actually shocking that they were able to fix a lot of the problems that the game sort of had.
What?
Well, okay, I'll explain a couple of them. One, there was all these posts that were very accurate. It's like people playing Diablo 3, tons of loot. People playing Borderlands, tons of loot. And then a person playing Destiny, it's like one box. The loot is actually more frequent, and you get it more often. So they've increased the amount of chances of getting loot, so there's less grinding in the game.
Okay.
So you're not, stuck staring at a cave. Like, there's the infamous loot cave that people were, just getting shit from. The game just overall feels better. The leveling up is also increased, so you actually level up faster. The one thing that they added to this edition, which is actually really, really smart, is that for certain quests, like in any other MMO or certain RPGs, you have to be a certain level to play them, right?
Okay.
So what they did is that there's a character in the game that's like, all right, do you want to play the Taken King stuff right away? I'm going to give you this one-use item that will level up your character or any character that you have to 25, which is what you need to be to play Taken King. And I think that's really, really awesome because it means that it's like, oh man, I only ever got to level 15, but I really want to play Taken King. Well, there you go. Problem solved. Bam. You can just get straight into Taken King. And you don't have to, grind and try and get through all the quests to level up. And it's just, the fact that apparently Taken King actually has dialogue. Taken King actually has cutscenes and actually has a little bit of character interaction, which is baffling because when you see the base game, most of the game, the base Destiny game, you're just walking around with a robot half the time with, who's voiced by Peter Dinklage. And that's the other thing that also blew my mind. A lot of people complained that Dinklage kind of had a very monotone performance.
Okay.
So a lot of people were kind of ticked off about that, right? Some people liked him, but a lot of people were kind of ticked off about his performance because it seemed very, like, not caring.
Okay.
So they actually replaced him completely. They got a voice actor who you know him as Nathan Drake. Nolan North. To replace him as Ghost, and I actually watched a comparison. I think Nolan North actually does a pretty damn good job. Like, he adds a lot more, like, tiny little emotions and to the lines. There's a little more. You can tell there's a little more emotion in his lines.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of clear. It kind of reminds me of. Do you remember Halo 3? The weird, like, little robot guy. That remember him? He kind of sounds like him now.
Was it 313? What was his name again? 313 Guilty Spark?
Yeah, Guilty Spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of sounds like Guilty Spark.
343 Guilty Spark.
Yeah. He kind of sounds like him now, and I like that more because Guilty Spark was way cooler than Dinklebot, in my opinion.
Dinklebot.
But anyway, I was really surprised. So I don't know. I give them credit for adding a lot of changes to this game to try and make it a better game. Obviously, there's still problems with the game. Like, there's only so much that you can fix. But the fact that they were able to fix a lot, like, just, damn, I was impressed. But yeah, I don't know. What did you think about, did you hear anything about the Taken King review?
Yeah, I've heard good stuff about it. But then when Destiny launched, at first I heard good stuff about that as well. Mm-hmm. So, because for example, I think IGN gave the original Destiny a 9 out of 10. So then when I looked at IGN's review of the Taken King, I was like, okay, they gave it a 7.8 to be clear. Mm-hmm. So, when I looked at the original review of the Taken King, I was it got a pretty high review, but I was kind of iffy about it. But yeah, I have heard nothing but good stuff about it. They released a massive patch before they released the Taken King, so at the very least, if nothing else, I give Bungie credit for trying.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, I do believe that that some of this DLC should have been free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe not the Taken King, but House of Wolves and what's the other one called? The Dark Below.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least one, if not both of them, should have been free, in my humble opinion. Especially since if you have Destiny, but you don't own House of Wolves and the Dark Below, you can't buy the Taken King.
Yeah. That does suck. That does suck. But that's why it's kind of like, I feel like the Legendary Edition was a good idea in the sense where it's like, all right, if you want to play Destiny and you want to play the actual Destiny game experience, not the just shit one, get the Legendary Edition. You get all the DLC. You just get everything that you need to play this game, at least the actual way it was supposed to be played. And it does suck in the sense that it's like, yeah, they could have made the launch of this game a whole lot better if the DLC was free.
Yeah. But oh well. I mean, at least it's getting better.
Yeah, I applaud them for at least trying, because I know a lot of games where it's like, nope, good enough. Nope, we're not going to fix that. So, yeah. So just wanted to end with that, because that really kind of blew my mind. Anyway, I think we're going to have to wrap it up here, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer it in the next podcast. And as always, this was William Liberty and...
Wise Muhammad Yusuf.
And we'll see you guys next time.